Okay guys, we're out at the garden out in front of the house. One thing I've got here this year, I had big plans and this is all I got. But there's our okra, and I just replanted some skips, and I planted 2 rows of tomatoes out here. That's all we've had. Good night. We have had some rain. I don't know how much rain we had, but I didn't talk to my brother, but I was talking to my mom the other night, and she was telling me that Shane said down in Yeehaw Junction, it's kind of about an hour and 15 minutes south of us, Shane had over 15 inches. But you can see the pond. I mean, the ponds really came up. So, but the tomatoes I had on the east side of the greenhouse, that we'll be looking at in just a minute, I had them planted prior to we started getting all this rain, and I've been just literally begging for some rain. And anyway, when it came, it came. So these plants were standing in water and it stunted them. So Mark and I got out here this morning and we had pulled up about, I don't know, 20 or 25 of them and went back with some other plants. So I've never planted tomatoes on October the 4th before. So I don't know if I'll get these things in before it gets cold or not. Actually, we had a cool snap. Yesterday it was about 86. But good, not humid. Good gracious. You'd be out there and it was cool this morning, but man, just pouring sweat. Well, anyway, there's some of what we got going outside. You know, I had herbicided around my okra a while back around the greenhouse here, and that stuff drifted and just knocked my darn okra for a loop. But let's see what we got. Got some hot peppers on the end row, and then we have eggplants, and then we've got 5 rows of tomatoes, but man, these over here just got knocked back. So some of those are some new sets we put out this morning. There's a row of tomatoes here up against the fence, and then got some okra in between, and then some more eggplants. And then another row of eggplants headed down beside the greenhouse. And these tomatoes were actually set about 2 weeks behind those on that side, and they're really just kind of growing off from them. And then I got some sweet peppers, and then some more okra. I'll thin that in the next 2 or 3 days. Take a little bit of that out. Then inside the greenhouse, from here, you can see what the tomatoes are doing. Those have done well. You see how tall some of those are getting. About a foot below the rafters in spots, 1.5 feet maybe. Let's see, the beets, where I'm standing, I can't hardly see. The sun's behind me over here. There's our beets. Beets are coming along good. Got some beets that'll be ready here just directly. And then on the far row over there, I'll set some, start setting some lettuces, I think. I'm about ready for some more salads. But, oh, here, Chip. 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 Come here. Come on. You wanna go in? Go in. She just got her a bath and her 7-way shot. So get in the gate here, guys. There's Shiny girl. Hey, Cheyenne, what are you doing? Huh? She has stepped into something, and see her hold that front paw up. It's she's got a cut bad on the pad down there, and we just doctored her, give her a bath and doctored her as well too. But let me tell you real quick, a 30-year-old man goes to confession, gets in the confession booth, and he goes, Father, he said, I've sinned. He said, I just got to tell you, he said, I'm 80 years old. He said, I have 4 children, and he said, I've got 8 grandchildren. And he said, I took Viagra for the first time the day before yesterday, and he said, I don't know what come over me, he said, but actually, he said, I made love to 2 18-year-old girls at the same time, twice. And the father goes, well, look, he says, when's the last time you've had confession? He said, oh, never. He said, actually, I'm Jewish. The priest goes, well, why are you telling me? He said, why am I telling you? He said, shoot, I'm telling everybody. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. Somebody sent me that the other day. And there was another one, a pastor had got onto a airplane, and he was flying first class. And anyway, he was up there, and after they had taken off and got leveled out, the stewardess started serving the people. So she goes up, and the pastor's sitting right next to an attorney. And the stewardess asked the attorney if he'd like something to drink. He says, yes ma'am. He says, make me a Jack and Coke. So she mixes him one up and hands it to him. She says, sir, would you like a drink? And the pastor was very offended. He said, ma'am. He said, I got to tell you. He said, I'm a man of the cloth. He said, honestly, I would rather be savagely raped by a prostitute than have alcohol put to my lips. By that time, the attorney was reaching up and he's holding his drink out. He says, ma'am, excuse me just a second. He said, would you take my drink back? He said, I didn't realize we had a choice. So anyway, there comes Red. He's been putting out some mineral to the cows. Well, guys, I'm going to shut it down. This is what we got going on. Again, I'll take you a quick peek in here. But this is tomatoes that were, but when we were setting those tomatoes this morning, we were digging the holes, and water was coming into the holes. It's so wet here. But anyway, there it is, and that's all I got left to plant or give it to some neighbors or something. So we about got everything set that we're going to use, and actually, again, it's very, very late, so I'm kind of concerned as how we're going to do this. But again, there's our tomatoes. But listen, guys, we appreciate you watching these things, and want everybody to take care, and wishing you guys the very best, and God bless you. Here.